All right, welcome back to the channel. Yordenis Ugas says that Errol Spence Jr. is going to be an easy opponent, and he's tired of the people saying that he will not be able to beat Errol Spence. And he says, I'm the Achilles of Southpaws, and Southpaws are very easy to outbox. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please sure that you make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to get all your latest boxing news. And I'm gonna try to keep the videos coming for y'all. With that being said, Yordenis Ugas is getting asked a lot of questions about how he feels about Errol Spence Jr. And he says that Errol Spence Jr. is going to be a very easy opponent. I usually dominate Southpaws, and it's not going to be a problem at all. And we heard Yordenis Ugas went on talking his smack and saying that Errol Spence is easy and I'll dominate him. There won't be no Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. because I'm going to interrupt that. So Yordenis Ugas has been on a little rant lately, and I gotta respect the confidence of Yordenis Ugas. And we gotta remember that Yordenis Ugas come from a boxing of Cubans that breed, eat, and sleep and breed boxing. There's a guy that Yordenis Ugas respects, Joel Casamayor. This was the guy that everybody wanted to see Floyd Mayweather fight, and that fight never came to fruition. Joel Casamayor believes that Yordenis Ugas is going to beat Errol Spence Jr. because Yordenis Ugas does very well against Southpaws. Yordenis Ugas, we don't know if Yordenis Ugas is going to have enough power to keep Errol Spence Jr. off of him. A lot of people is going off that Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia. Errol Spence Jr. stated that he was only 80% of himself. Errol Spence Jr. had all that stuff going on with the car accident. Then he was supposed to turn around and face Manny Pacquiao in 2021 in August, and until he got the detached retina. Then Yordenis Ugas, the Olympian, steps in and obliterates Manny Pacquiao. We know Manny Pacquiao is a southpaw, but Yordenis Ugas has had a height advantage and he had a reach advantage over Manny Pacquiao. But we seen over the years that Manny Pacquiao struggled against pure boxers such as Diego Corrales. He got very outboxed very badly by Diego Corrales. He got brutally knocked out by Juan Marquez, who's a great counterpuncher and a great boxer. And you could arguably make a case that he was getting basically you could say not outclassed, but you could make a case that he lost all four of those fights. And then he fought Floyd Mayweather and got really destroyed. And then he for his final fight, got destroyed by Yordenis Ugas. So Yordenis Ugas, we couldn't really tell that he fought dominant against a southpaw with a Manny Pacquiao, because we gotta be real here, that was an older version of Manny Pacquiao. That was not the same Manny Pacquiao 10 to 15 years ago. I think Yordenis Ugas would have still beaten Manny Pacquiao in his prime, but I think Manny Pacquiao would have presented a little bit of problems with Yordenis Ugas. But with that being said, Yordenis Ugas is getting tired of people saying that he can't beat Errol Spence Jr., that he can't dominate Errol Spence Jr. I have belief and confidence that Yordenis Ugas can beat Errol Spence Jr. And this is something that I didn't know, that Yordenis Ugas, the reason why he shaved his hair and lose his beard, because he has some weird disease and condition that it causes him to lose his hair or whatever or not. And he has little family troubles with his son with autism and all this other stuff that Yordenis Ugas having. But Yordenis Ugas stated that he's been fighting for everything. He's fighting for this, and he's fighting for his son. Even he's fighting for his friend that passed away. That's why you see him wear the number 54. And Yordenis Ugas is a stand-up guy. He's willing to put on a show for the fans. And Yordenis Ugas, I have to admire the confidence of Yordenis Ugas, that he's coming in with the mentality that he can beat Errol Spence Jr. But I don't think that Yordenis Ugas' boxing skill, now Yordenis Ugas does have boxing skill and ring IQ, but I just don't think that his ring IQ is higher than Errol Spence Jr., because Errol Spence Jr. is going to come in that ring to prove a statement that he wants Terrence Crawford, that he will get Terrence Crawford, and he is willing to make the fight with Terrence Crawford. And I feel like that Yordenis Ugas going to have to show me power. Okay, you can display your ring IQ, lateral movement, boxing ability, speed, power, all that, but you're going to have to show me power, because Errol Spence Jr., according to reports by Marvelous Jarvis, one of Errol Spence Jr.'s longtime sprint and sparring partners, that Errol Spence Jr. that Marvis Jarvis got hit in the nose really hard and it blacked his eye. And Marvis Jarvis stated that he didn't even get hit in the eye. He just got hit in the nose and he got dazed. And he said, I'm not going to even spar Errol Spence Jr. for a long time because Errol Spence Jr. put a dent in me. So Errol Spence Jr. is looking relentless. We all know he has a 2-year layoff and stuff like that. But Errol Spence Jr. is one of these boxers that is like Canelo Alvarez in a way. He eats, sleep, and breathe boxing. He's staying committed to the sport. He wants to become the greatest. He wants to be a future Hall of Famer in the sport of boxing. But with that being said, I just feel like Yordenis Ugas is not going to have the respectable power to keep Errol Spence off of you in front of your chest all night, because Errol Spence Jr. is a great body puncher. He breaks you down from the body and then come back from the top. So we're going to see how Yordenis Ugas takes Errol Spence's new improved power, the 100% of Errol Spence Jr. I think Errol Spence Jr. is going to present a lot of problems for Yordenis Ugas. Now, Yordenis Ugas has fought Southpaws over the years, but they was like B minus, B plus Southpaws. They wasn't A class, top level Southpaws. Yordenis Ugas is dealing with a different animal when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. has a great high ring IQ. He likes to parry punches. He likes to duck under punches. Errol Spence Jr. like to utilize the jab a lot. Errol Spence Jr. like to work his way on the inside to get to the body, work the left kidney, work the right kidney, use the shovel jab. Errol Spence Jr. is very experienced when it comes to body punching. He's a body puncher specialist, but will Yordenis Ugas have the confidence, will have the boxing ability, does have that Cuban ring Q IQ stylistically match up to interrupt Errol Spence Jr. to make it look easy and fool the fans that, oh, we should never doubt Yordenis Ugas because he was absolutely right. I think Yordenis Ugas can beat Errol Spence, but I just don't think that Yordenis Ugas is going to have enough power to keep Errol Spence off of him in his chest all night long, because Yordenis Ugas is going to be fighting one of the toughest Southpaws in boxing in the welterweight division, not in boxing, within the welterweight division in Errol Spence Jr. And I think Errol Spence Jr. is going to be there to fight. He's going to be in his chest all night. And I think Yordenis Ugas could potentially get stopped in the 9th and 10th round, because I just think at the end of the day, Errol Spence Jr. is going to be too much for the handle. But if Yordenis Ugas does win this fight, this will be a shocker. And if Yordenis Ugas calls out Terrence Crawford and beats Terrence Crawford, Yordenis Ugas, we have to look at him as one of the best welterweights in the entire division and in the world, because he beat Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford and ended up all the chatter. I love the confidence of Yordenis Ugas, but as an Errol Spence Jr. fan, I do not think he's going to be able to beat Errol Spence Jr. Yordenis Ugas is going to have to crack. Yordenis Ugas just can't use that lateral movement all night and try to outbox Errol Spence Jr. because once you start utilizing more lateral movement, your body is going to start wearing down. Your legs is going to start wearing down. Your breathing is going to become more heavy. That's why a lot of guys doesn't have the tendency to run. You have to run a lot in order to have the high intensity cardio. And I think Yordenis Ugas does run a lot and train hard as he possibly can go, but Yordenis Ugas cannot run for 12 rounds or use a lot of lateral movement against Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence Jr. is going to be looking to cut off the ring, utilize his lateral movement as well, and get in your chest and work that body all night long. It's just my opinion at the end of the day. With that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like. Wait, before I close it out, Yordenis Ugas says that this is going to be easy. I dominate Southpaws all day, and I'm going to beat Errol Spence Jr. With that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.